You've probably seen this before. You're driving down the highway, a massive 18-wheeler rolls past you, and you glance over at its tires. But something looks off. Some of the rear tires aren't even touching the road. They're just spinning in the air, a few inches above the pavement, doing absolutely nothing. At first, it seems broken, like the truck's suspension failed or someone forgot to lower the axle. But here's the thing, it's not broken, it's completely intentional. Truck manufacturers designed it this way on purpose. So why would anyone build a vehicle with tires that don't touch the ground? The answer has to do with weight, physics, and a really clever trick that saves trucking companies a fortune. Let's figure this out. To understand what's going on, we need to talk about how trucks carry weight. A regular car weighs maybe 3 or 4,000 pounds. That's easy. 4 tires, decent suspension, and you're good to go. But an 18-wheeler? Fully loaded, it can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. That's the weight of about 25 cars sitting on just a few axles. If you tried to carry that much weight on a single axle with 2 tires, the tires would explode, the axle would snap, and the road would crack under the pressure. So engineers add more axles. More axles mean more tires, and more tires mean the weight gets spread out over a larger area. Think of it like wearing snowshoes. If you stand on snow in regular boots, you sink. But if you spread your weight across a wider surface, you stay on top. Same idea. Now here's where it gets interesting. Trucks don't always carry the same weight. Sometimes they're hauling 40 tons of gravel. Sometimes they're carrying a few pallets of potato chips. The problem is, all those extra axles and tires are only necessary when the truck is fully loaded. When the truck is empty or lightly loaded, you don't need every single tire touching the ground. But you can't just remove the axles when you don't need them. So instead, truck manufacturers came up with something called a lift axle. It's an axle that can be raised or lowered depending on how much weight the truck is carrying. When the truck is heavy, the driver lowers the axle and those extra tires make contact with the road, helping support the load. When the truck is light, the driver lifts the axle and those tires rise up off the pavement. You might be wondering, why bother? Why not just leave all the tires down all the time? Well, tires touching the road create friction. Friction means resistance. Resistance means the engine has to work harder. And when the engine works harder, it burns more fuel. If you're running a trucking company with a fleet of hundreds of trucks, each one driving thousands of miles a week, that wasted fuel adds up fast. Lifting unnecessary tires when they're not needed can save thousands of dollars per truck every year. There's another reason too. Tires wear out. Every mile a tire spends in contact with the road, it's losing rubber. If you're dragging extra tires along the pavement when you don't need them, you're burning through tread for no reason. Lifting the axle when it's not carrying weight means those tires last longer. Fewer replacements, lower costs. And there's one more benefit. Roads have weight limits. Different highways and bridges are rated for different maximum loads per axle. By spreading weight across more axles when the truck is heavy and lifting axles when it's light, truck drivers can stay within legal limits no matter what they're hauling. It's not just about saving money. It's about staying legal and keeping the roads from getting destroyed. So when you see those floating tires, you're not looking at a mistake. You're looking at a solution. A system that adapts to the load, saves fuel, extends tire life, and keeps trucks within the law. It's one of those clever pieces of engineering that seems weird until you understand the problem it's solving. And once you do, it makes perfect sense. Next time you pass a semi on the highway, take a look. If the tires are up, the truck's running light. If they're down, it's carrying serious weight. Either way, now you know exactly why.